supposed to be a bell cow, and he's basically at your flex running back.
Exactly. That's great.
When I tell you a spoil of riches, this is definitely one of them.
And that's why early on in the season, I did not count David out of the playoffs. Like, you know, based on his record, it was kind of like tough to not question his chance to make it to the playoff. But early on, if you look deeper and just look past the record and look at his team, like you like, hey, this team can't get hot, and guys gotten hot, and it's proven right now. The fact that he has Todd Gurley as his flex, like yo, this is a solid team group of individual that David put together, and I gotta give him the respect for that.
And one thing that I can safely say about Todd Gurley, now even though he has not putting up the big numbers as he has last year, he's been very serviceable. I'm gonna tell you how many games that he has not put up double digits. It was basically 1, 2, 3. Only 3 games he has not put up double digits.
Wow.
So for a flex, that is a very good spot for Todd Gurley.
That is so true.
Actually, probably that's probably one position that David doesn't even have to look at moving forward, unless he finds a better, favorable position. But he don't need to. As far as Julian Edelman, this guy is. I have not one bad thing to say about Julian Edelman. He just get his.
Exactly.
He may struggle like 1 or 2 games, but he won't struggle for long because then he will come back. So especially against Kansas City, I will expect him to get a lot of points. A lot of points. I'm not saying like 20 points or whatnot, but I could see him scoring a touchdown.
Okay. I agree with that. So which flex position you like the better? I think I know what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna go with Todd Gurley.
Yeah, same here, man. I'll go with Todd Gurley at the flex, man. That's crazy. He has Todd Gurley as flex, but I'll go with Todd Gurley. Now let's move on to the defense. David has Houston going against the Broncos, and then Dub has Green Bay going against Washington. Green Bay defense started hot early in the season, but they kind of cooled down as of lately. But they do have a favorable matchup going against Washington this week. So let's see if they can start back to producing as they did in the first 3 weeks of the season.
Yeah, I'm looking at both teams' defenses, and both of them, on paper, yeah, they sound good, but anyone that's been watching both of them play has not been exciting at all. So it's really going to come down to who's going to create the most turnovers. Denver's offense, even though they do have, I think it was, I forgot who the quarterback is for Denver.
It's not Joe Flacco, but I forgot who.
Yeah, I think we'll probably come back to it. But if I had to pick between which defense will definitely get more turnovers, I'll say Green Bay, because Haskins, he's still a rookie and still making rookie mistakes. So I do expect Green Bay to force him to throw the ball.
Okay.
So you never know. They might key in on the run game or try to stop it as best as they can, to the point where they're going to make Haskins throw the ball a lot more than what they need to.
Okay. I agree with that. Now, based on what you're saying, I think you're going with the Green Bay defense.
I will go with Green Bay's defense because Denver's offense is a little bit more solid compared to Washington's.
And I agree with that. 100% agree with that. Yeah, I'll go with the Green Bay defense as well. So let's talk to the final position. The kicker. King David has Viking, the Jets kicker, and then Dub has Limbo, the Jacksonville Jaguars kickers. The fact that
right now he got Sam Ficken, which is the Jets kicker, going against the Dolphins, and I can see where David is going with it. Well, I can see where he's going with it, because, it is the Dolphins, to be fair. So he's probably expecting the Jets to be putting up plenty of points to getting to the red zone. So even if they do not finish, well, Sam Ficken will clean up wherever it's basically left over. As far as Josh Lambo, he's basically one of the best kickers in the league. He may not always get a lot of points, but he's gonna get you something. I'll tell you that much.
You said Josh Lambo?
Yeah, Josh Lambo's good, but he's not like the best one out of all the kickers. Other thing I could say about that is you better hope Leonard Fournette does not make it to the end zone, because that's definitely going to eat up a lot of his potential points.
That's so true. So who do you like to win this matchup overall?
Overall, man, that is actually going to be a really tough one. You know what? I'm going to go with David on this one.
Ooh, you're going to go with David. Okay. I don't know, man. Like, I think I'm going to go with David as well, man. Like, the fact he got Todd Gurley has his legs, man. Like, yo, that's crazy. So, and I'm a guy that believes strongly on receivers, and having I'm not saying receiver, on running back, and having a running back like that as your flex shows that your team is able to score a lot of points. So yeah, I'll go with David on this one, man.
Ooh, and Teeny, I'm telling you right now, you're on upset alert. Even though I love your team, I got to go with David on this one. Not saying it's going to be a blowout, but this might come down to the wire again, just like last week.
Fact.
It just might. But what did help Teeny was the fact that Elliott got 21 points. So he already got a very good head start. It's just a matter of can any of his running backs match that performance.
Let's see. Any X factors, that either team should worry about?
I'll give one X factor. One of them is going to be Austin Eckler, which is on David's bench, because Austin Eckler, that guy, he just got it, man. He gets it. He's basically what Terry Cohen was last season. He's going to get you a lot of catches out the backfield. He's going to score here and there. May give you like 50 or 60 rushing yards, but not like a whole lot of carries, but it's going to be consistent to the point where you can put him at your flex and not be an issue, but if you have a slight better option, you'll go with the other one. But Austin Eckler, he's definitely that guy. As far as the other side, let me see. I would definitely say it would be Darwin Thompson.
He just picked him up.
Yep, and it's a good reason why he did. Because Damian Williams, he's not playing this week. And I believe there's another running back that's out this week.
Isn't it the other Williams?
Yep, the other Williams is out too, so it's basically only two running backs left.
LaShawn McCoy and Thompson, right? Okay.
Yep, the only problem is he's going against New England's defense. So.
Ooh. But I'm thinking Dub is thinking further down. He's probably thinking next week. He'll probably roll them out.
It's more like an investment for later on.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know. Marlon Mack might come back next week. So, depending on how this week's goes, he may have his third running back come back right on time. So
that is true. Okay, all right. Thank you, Calvin, man, on touching these on both of these teams, man. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. If let's look at the playoff bracket. If on the matchup versus Victory Lap or Game Blouses, whichever wins will face up number 1, Legion, who's been hot this whole season. Really, only had one bad week, but who's been really hot this whole season. Legion finished 12-1, and his team's looking solid. So let's see if he's ready for either team next week. And then looking at the other side is the matchup versus King David or Dub. Whoever wins in this one will face up against me. My team been solid, but I think in the last three weeks of the season, my team has shown their weakness. So, which has worried me, but hopefully they can pull it off in the playoffs. But whoever wins in the matchup versus King David or Dub will face up against me next week, and I'm ready for next week. So with that said, any last thing you want to say, Calvin?
Just a few things as far as the teams playing in the playoffs for this week. I want to wish you guys good luck. Set your lineups. Make sure that you have the players that you're most comfortable with in your lineup. Don't overthink it. Don't get cute. At the same time, enjoy the games throughout all of Sunday. As far as the two teams that are on the bye, make sure you're scouting the teams that you're going to be potentially playing against.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you plan ahead. Don't get cute because you have a bye week that you're not have to watch any games, because trust me, it's actually the onus is actually more pressure on the two bye week teams, because not only you're not playing this week, but you don't want to go home without getting a playoff win.
That is
so
true.
You definitely have to keep that in mind.
That is true, and that is great advice coming from last year champ, who took advantage of the first round bye and won it all. So that is great advice. Thank you again, Calvin.
Yeah, because last year, if I had to play the first week, I would have got blown out completely. But since I had one more week to rest up all my players, come next week, I was just firing off all cylinders the next 2 weeks. So if you think bye weeks are not important, trust me, they are.
They are. Again, thank you, Calvin.
Oh, it's definitely been my pleasure.
Say bye, everybody. Say bye to everybody, Jensen. Say bye. Just say bye.
Bye.
All right, Calvin. Thank you.
No problem.